What is going on, everybody? Crazy House back in our YouTube video. And in today's YouTube video, I am just going to be going over everything that I'm going to try to get at the Lionel store in Concord, North Carolina. Let me go ahead and fix that typo there. Fat. I don't know how that happened. But, anyway, so yeah. Today I'm sharing everything that I'm going to try and get at the Lionel store in Concord, North Carolina. As you guys know, today is, what do I want to say here, I guess, is what I'm trying to think of. What I'm trying to point out, guys, is, today is Monday, July 14th, I think. Something like that. Either way, today's Monday, July 14th, 15th, whatever. I leave for Charlotte, in about like 12 days. I am very excited. I am very pumped up. And I will get into more specifics about my trip, about what we're going to do after and whatnot. I'll talk about that, later in the video. If you guys, don't want to hear anything like that, then you can go ahead and end watching this video once I get done explaining everything I'm going to get. Because after I explain everything I'm going to try and get, I'm just going to talk about that for a minute or two. So yeah. So as you guys know, I have been really struggling to find NASCAR Authentics within the last, 3 or 4 months. It has been quite the hassle. I have not found a single new NASCAR diecast since, I think it's been since I found, or my dad, the last time, okay, hear me out. The last time I found, or I found / got a new NASCAR diecast was Easter. That was April. It has been 3 months, basically, practically. Practically 3 months since I found new NASCAR diecast. That is very insane. That is 1/4 of a year. That is ridiculous. And the reason why I have been struggling so bad is because of that frickin' Richard Petty wave. I have not found anything new since then. What really does tick me off is that the new cars that I got from April, I didn't even find. My dad found them at a different store. That are different, Walmarts and Targets are an hour and a half away. So that really sucks too. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and share this. So obviously, I need all of 2025's Wave 1 and 2. I have not found any of those 2025 waves. I don't even think that 2025 Wave 1 or Wave 2 are out yet. I have not seen anybody found them in stores, so I don't think they're out yet. They are out at the stores, of course, they're out at the Lionel stores, just not Walmarts and Targets and all that. And then Wave 9, I know Wave 9 is out at a bunch of Walmarts, but I cannot find Wave 9 either, which really sucks. But luckily, Wave 9 doesn't have that good of a selection, except for the Noah Gregson and the liquid color of that variant. So yeah. I need 3 full of those waves. And then for 2024 Wave 7, I need the Denny Hamlin, Mavis Tires, the Corey LaJoy Gainbridge, the Ty Gibbs Sirius XM, the Eric Jones Advent Health, and then the Ross Chastain Kubota from Wave 7. So those are all the cars I need for Wave 7. And then for the Winner's Circle line, I need the Dale Earnhardt Sr. and the Kyle Busch Texas truck win for Winner's Circle Wave 3 from 2024. And then I need every single 2024 Wave 4 Winner's Circle. So I need all 8 of those. And then we get on to the Gold Series diecast. So this is everything that I'm going to get if they have it. 100% going to get it. But for the Gold Series diecast, I have a lot of them, as you guys can see here. This is all Gold Series diecast. Obviously, I'm probably not going to get every single one. Like, there's a couple Gold Series diecasts that I have on this list. I can already think of a few that are in, like, Wave 2 or Wave 1 for NASCAR Authentics so I might probably not get them. And I might just get a duplicate of, like, the exclusive or whatnot. So, yeah, there's that. So yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the 2024 Gold Series diecast. I'm probably not going to get every single one of these 2024s. There are a few that I'm for sure going to get if they have them there, and I will explain which ones they are. So we have the Bubba Wallace McDonald's Grimace car, and I don't know if you guys know this, but when I went to the Daytona 500, when I did my Daytona 500 vlog video, if you guys have not checked that video out, make sure you do. I found the Tyler Reddick McDonald's Hamburglar car, but they did not have the Bubba Wallace Grimace, so I was a little upset about that because the Bubba Wallace Grimace was in a different shipment, which was kind of dumb because they both came out at the same time for pre-orders, so that really ticked me off a little bit, so I couldn't get it, and I was really excited to grab those two, but at least I got the Tyler Reddick McDonald's Hamburglar. So now I will get the Bubba Wallace McDonald's Grimace if they have it. If not, I'll just get it off eBay. And then we have the Chris Buescher Watkins Glenwyn. I don't think I will get this one, only because there's a chance that it might be in the Winner's Circle line. And then we have the A.J. Allmendinger Las Vegas win for Xfinity from the playoffs last year. Same thing with Chris Buescher. I don't think I'm going to get it. I'm probably not going to, only because this might be in the Winner's Circle as well. And also, I'm not a huge fan, I don't want to say I'm not a huge fan, but I'm not a huge fan of Xfinity. I like the Xfinity series, but I really don't watch the Xfinity series unless if it's like the championship or the Daytona race or a Talladega race. And I rarely watch the Talladega race because it's all RCR that wins, or Atlanta. It's basically RCR. Aside from Nick Sanchez winning the Atlanta race a few weeks ago. Otherwise, it's basically RCR that wins the Super Speedway, so I really don't watch the Xfinity series a lot. I will here and there, of course, but not really. And then we have, of course, the Martin Truex Jr. Bass Pro Shops Legacy. This was his throwback that he ran at, I believe, Homestead, Miami during the playoff race. Tyler Reddick won that race. I'm thinking about this one. I'm not sure if I will get it or not. I probably will because I only have one Martin Truex Jr. die cast for 2024, and that's, of course, the Bass Pro Shops primary that I got for Christmas. I made a whole video about everything I got for Christmas as well, so make sure to check that out as well if you haven't already. It's quite the craziness for that video. So I probably will get that one. And you guys might be asking me, well, Crazy Dallas, what about the Martin Truex Jr. Phoenix paint scheme that he ran? The other, like, throwback or whatever. Like, the retirement paint scheme, the maroon number 19 one. Well, that is actually in NASCAR Authentics 2025 Wave 1. So I'm not going to get that in the Gold Series, of course. I'm going to be smart and save my money. And then we have Jimmy Johnson's Carvana Desert Sunrise. I am 100% going to get this one if they have it. If they don't have it, I'm going to be pretty sad and upset because that one just came out. They should have it. I just don't know what they will have and not have, you know. It's unpredictable unless we call them and ask them, but yeah. So yeah, I will for sure get that one. That's one of the ones I will for sure get. And then we have another one that I will for sure get. It is Harrison Burton's Daytona race win for the summer. The race that all the Kyle Busch fans got devastated for, which I still feel pain for Kyle Busch fans for that race. It's really cool that Harrison Burton got a win. I think he deserved it though after struggling And, yeah. And then we have Christopher Bell's Charlotte win. This one I might not actually get because I think I might get like Christopher Bell's DeWalt for 2025 instead maybe. Um for the Gold Series, so I might not pick up the Bell Charlotte win. That's kind of a hit or miss, as well as the Chris Buescher Watkins Glen win. I don't think I'm going to get those. The ones I'm for sure getting is the Martin Truex Jr. Bass Pro Legacy, the Jimmy Johnson Carvana, the Bubba Wallace McDonald's Grimace, and the Harrison Burton Daytona win. The Christopher Bell, A.J. Allmendinger, and Chris Buescher, I don't think I'm going to get. That's a hit or miss. Probably not, because I'd rather spend my money on 2025s. But obviously, I need to get the Harrison Burton, Jimmy Johnson, Truex, and Bubba Wallace. Those are like really good paint schemes. And then for 2025, I think I counted 28, 25. Let me count really quick. Okay, I just counted, and it looks like I have 23. I have 23 2025s I'm trying to plan on getting. Now, I don't think I'm going to get all of these, but I'm for sure going to get some of these, especially the Red Bull cars, as we all know. So, yeah. So, yeah. First, we're going to start off with William Byron's Exalta. This he ran at the Daytona 500. Obviously, they don't have the race version out yet, but I think it did make 164. It had to have. It's the Daytona 500. But either way, I am going to get this one for sure. The ones that I'm not going to get in this video, I'm actually going to delete. Then we have Chase Elliott's 2025 Napa. This one's a hit or miss because this one is in NASCAR Authentic's 2025 Wave 2, as well as William Byron's Exalta, so I'm not sure if I will get those. That's kind of a hit or miss, so I will keep those up. Like I said, if they have like more than one of the Chase Elliott or William Byron's from Wave 2 of 2025, I'm not going to get them. That's a hit or miss. Like I said, some of these Gold Series diecasts that are in the Authentics, I don't know if I'll get or not. Most likely no, but sometimes maybe yes. So yeah. The Byron is almost a yes, but the Elliott might be a hit or miss. And then we have Christopher Bell's DeWalt. Obviously, I'm going to get this one. I just talked about that one replacing, what was it? Christopher Bell's Charlotte win. So I'll probably get the Bell DeWalt, even though the Charlotte win's probably a lot nicer looking paint scheme because it's USA. And then we have another one that I'm for sure going to get. It's Chase Elliott's Amazon Prime. This one, this is like one of my favorite Chase Elliott paint schemes in the next gen era. That paint scheme is so beautiful. And about a week or two ago, I got some Chase Elliott Amazon Prime decals for vinyl decals for my NASCAR RC car for low C NASCAR. I got a clear body a long time ago. It was like February or March or whatever. A long time ago. I'm talking like 4 months ago or so, maybe even longer than that. And then we have SVG's Trackhouse paint scheme. And as well as Ross Chastain's Trackhouse paint scheme. They both ran this at the not the Busch Clash, oh my god. Bowman Gray for the Clash that Chase Elliott consistently won. That was pretty cool. The SVG is kind of like a light blue and a white kind of paint scheme. The Chastain is like a gray and lime paint scheme. Those two are actually pretty underrated. I like those two a lot. I'm for sure getting those two. And then we have Ryan Blaney's Advanced Auto Parts. I don't think I'm actually going to get this one. I'm not actually. Only because I already have a bunch of Blaney Advanced Auto Parts cars. I have his 2022. I have his 2023. The 2024 I don't think I have. So I don't think I'm going to get Ryan Blaney's Advanced Auto Parts. Especially since I have a really weird feeling that it's going to be an Authentics in the future. Anyways, next up we have Kyle Larson's HendrickCars.com. A lot of people are going to say I'm probably not going to get this one because it's the same paint scheme every year. I actually am going to get this one because I did not get the 2024 Kyle Larson HendrickCars.com. So the latest Kyle Larson diecast I have for next gen for his regular primary Hendrick cars is 2023, when I last went to the Lionel store in Concord. They had it at they had the Kyle Larson 2024 HendrickCars.com paint scheme slash diecast, whatever you call it, at the Lionel Racing store in Nashville when I went last year there, but I didn't pick it up. I kind of regret doing so, but at the same time, probably not regretting. So yeah, there's that. So I will be for sure getting that one. And then we have William Byron's Raptor, which I don't know if I'm going to get this one or not. There's a lot of there's a lot of William Byron, Chase Elliott, and SVG die cast for this one. So I don't think I'm going to get the Byron Raptor. I might not. I don't think I will. And then we also have Ryan Blaney's Discount Tire. I really don't know about this one, if I'm going to get it or not. But I would probably say no. I'd rather spend my money on some more rarer die casts. Then we have Chase Elliott's Lumar, which obviously I'm going to get, because that is a really nice paint scheme. And Chase Elliott. And then we have Christopher Bell's Ream. This one, just like the Byron Exalta and the Chase Elliott Napa, is a hit or miss, because the Christopher Bell 2025 Ream is in 2025 Wave 1 for NASCAR Authentics. So I don't know if I'm going to get this one or not, to be honest. That one's kind of a hit or miss. I probably won't get it. But like I said, I'm keeping it up because they might not have an Authentics. And then we have Kyle Larson and William Byron's Valvoline paint schemes. I'm getting both of these because they're both beautiful. And yes, I do have the Kyle Larson 2024 Valvoline, but the 2025 one is actually consistently different. Usually the Valvoline Kyle Larson paint schemes are very similar every year, but the 2025 is actually way different. And then the Byron's Valvoline has like a light blue primary. It is absolutely beautiful. And then we have Alex Bowman's Ally primary. Obviously, I'm getting that one because that one's going to be really nice. And then we have probably the best paint schemes that are coming out in 164 this year. I'm not exaggerating. I'm being 100% honest with you guys. We have Shane Van Gisbergen and Connor Zilisch Red Bull cars. Both of these cars are going to be so awesome to have in my collection. Oh my goodness. This is going to be my first time ever having a Red Bull die cast in my collection, ever. And I know that there was a lot of Red Bull cars made back in the day a long time ago, but this is a blast from the past for a lot of die cast collectors. And I'm sure these two, the Connor Zilisch Red Bull and the Shane Van Gisbergen Red Bull cars are going to be absolutely wicked to get. And speaking of Red Bull, Shane Van Gisbergen just dominated Sonoma yesterday. The last race, which was yesterday, the day I'm recording. And he drove the number 88 Red Bull car too that I will be getting. So that is awesome. Just not the raced version, of course, but that might come out in 164 if we get lucky. I mean, heck, we have 2 chances now to get a Red Bull 164, whether that be in the race version or the primary. And of course, we got the primary for Connor Zilisch as well, who is an 18-year-old that is getting his first ever Cup Series die-cast 164 for the NASCAR Cup Series. Even though he's a full-time Xfinity Series driver, 18-year-old. Count me out wrong, but I think this is the first time we're ever getting a 164 die-cast for the NASCAR Cup Series with one of the youngest drivers. Count me out wrong, but I think that is true. The dude's 18 and he already has a NASCAR Cup Series die-cast car for 164, and I think for 124 too. Anyways, after all that chit-chatting about those awesome looking paint schemes and cars, die-cast, whatever you want to call them, we have Chase Elliott's Napa White. This is another one that I'm for sure going to get. I love Chase Elliott's Napa White paint schemes. They just are so nice looking. And then we have Denny Hamlin Sports Clips, which I will also be getting because I really don't have very many Denny Hamlin paint schemes for next gen for 2024 with the new Toyota Camry mold or whatever for 2024. And now that we're on a 2025, yeah. And then we have Casey Kane's HendrickCars.com Xfinity number 33 that I believe he ran at Charlotte. For the Xfinity series, of course. This one is a must-have as well. Casey Kane is such a popular driver. I knew right away when this paint scheme was coming out and went up for pre-orders, I already knew that this was going to be coming out. And I can't believe it's coming out so early. God bless America, that is awesome. To have another HendrickCars.com Xfinity coming out in 164. Another HendrickCars.com Xfinity. First, we had Chase Elliott's number 17 HendrickCars.com Charlotte win from last year for the Xfinity Series. Then we have Larson's Coda for the same paint scheme, Hendrick Cars number 17 from last year. Now, we also had the Larson Coda for Xfinity. That is in Winter Circle Wave 4 as well. So there's my chance to get the Larson Xfinity as well. Bless the United States, that is awesome. Anyways, then we have Denny Hamlin's National Debt Relief. Just like I said about Hamlin's paint schemes, I really don't have that many, so obviously I'm getting this one. I actually do like Hamlin's National Debt Relief car more than his Sport Clips cars. Well, for this year anyways. And then we obviously have SVG's WeatherTech. I know this one came out a long time ago. I had a chance to get it at the Daytona 500, but I couldn't find it. I'm not sure if they had it or not. Who knows? Maybe I'll try and look back when I was at the track house hauler with all the merch. If they had it, I would have seen it. To be honest, if they had it, I would have seen it. So maybe I just didn't go to the right hauler or whatnot. Either way, I got pretty unlucky there. So I'm going to try and see if the Lionel store has those in stock. I highly doubt it because that one's really popular. And since it's very old, I doubt they will have it. But maybe we'll get lucky and find it. Either way, that is all the diecasts I'm planning on getting. There might be a few more that I cancel out in here. Like the Byron Exalta, the Chase Elliott Napa, I'll probably get rid of. I don't know for sure, though, because you never know what the Lionel store will have, so I'm keeping those up. But like I said, Bell's Ream, Blaney's Advanced Auto Parts, and a few other ones I am not getting. And anybody asking, well, what about Austin Cindric, Joey Logano? First of all, pause right there. Those two paint schemes, the Logano Pennzoil and the Cindric Discount Tire, are in Wave 2 for NASCAR Authentics. What about Logano's Hunt Brothers Pizza? The Joey Logano Hunt Brothers Pizza car is not the same as 2024, but it's very similar, so I'm not going to get it because it is very similar, and I have that one already. And wouldn't be surprised if that makes Authentics maybe in Wave 5 or Wave 6 again for this year as well. I wouldn't be surprised. That is a very popular paint scheme. Very popular. Very popular at all times. Because it's Joey Logano. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up. Anyways, so everybody knows that I'm going to the Iowa Corn 350 race again this year. I went last year. Didn't make a vlog because I ran out of storage space and I didn't feel like doing it. But obviously I did for Daytona because it's the Daytona 500, of course. Either way, that is going to wrap it up, guys. Once again, me and my dad leave on Friday the 25th of July. That is not next week, but the following week after. So I leave in about almost 2 weeks. I leave in 12 days. God bless, that's very, 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 very soon. Anyways, we leave the 25th. We are going to spend the night in Louisville, Kentucky. We're going to try and go to the Louisville Slugger Museum with all the bats and stuff for baseball. That would be pretty cool. And then Saturday, we're finally going to get to Concord / Charlotte, North Carolina on Saturday around noon to 1. I'm not sure if we're going to the antique store in Mooresville, North Carolina, or the Lionel store in Charlotte, North Carolina first. I'm kind of thinking maybe we should go to the antique store first because I'm mostly spending money at the Lionel store, so that way I know what I'm going to get at the antique store first. So there is that. Alright, guys, and then after that, we're just going to stay there till, I believe, the 29th or the 30th. We're staying there for about 3 or 4 days, I believe. I believe 4 days at the most for Charlotte. That's not a very long time, unfortunately, but it is what it is. And then we're driving to Cincinnati. That's about halfway back to Iowa, back to our hometown in Dubuque. And then we're going to a baseball game, a Reds baseball game against the Los Angeles Dodgers. I think it's the last game of the series. And then we're driving back home on a Thursday or a Friday, I believe. I think it's Friday we drive back because we're spending the night at Cincinnati that night as well. And then literally I have to drive all the way back to Cedar Rapids from Dubuque like a day later. I'm going back to Cedar Rapids like the day after. And then Saturday is the Xfinity Series race for the Iowa Speedway. And then Sunday is the Cup Series race for Iowa Speedway. So basically, I will be on vacation technically for 9 days. And if you include the Xfinity Series and the Cup Series race for the Iowa Speedway. Because technically that's vacation because we're also staying at a hotel. My dad's friend, Rich and Pam, and then their son Caden and maybe his sister are also going with us to the Iowa Speedway. So that's awesome. And yes, I will be trying to make a vlog if I can. That would be awesome. If not, I apologize, guys. But I will try my best to make a vlog for that race as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry about, me talking a lot. I just want to go through everything that's going on so you guys are updated, so you guys know when that's coming out. So I will let you guys go, and you guys can go ahead and continue doing whatever you were doing before this video. Who knows what you guys were doing, but yeah. Have a good day, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, bye-bye.